Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make this really cute little Halloween trick-or-treat treat box. I got the idea when I did the Creativity Now for demonstrators back in June, and we made this. That's where I got the measurements from, and we made it using designer series paper. Now this is a really lovely box. However, when it comes to Halloween treats, I tend to give a few more than I would want to use up all of my designer series paper. So this was the basis for it. I mean, isn't that lovely? It's just so pretty. But I'm going to show you how to make a basic cardstock version. This one I made using pumpkin pie, and it's got a Highland Heather circle on it. The one I'm going to show you how to make is the opposite. It's Highland Heather and it's got a pumpkin pie circle. But let me just warn you before I go any further. I die cut all the pieces. I had to pop out of my stamping room, and when I came back, this was lying on the table. Nearly gave myself a heart attack. I love spiders. I'm a spider saver. I'll scoop them up and put them outside. But because this is such an authentic shape and size of a spider, I saw it and went, ooh. So if you cut some, please be conscious of the fact that you've done that and don't not account for them. So pop that off to one side and I will show you how we make it. So it's using a piece of cardstock, and like I say, this is Highland Heather, and it's 11 by 4 inches, and it's scored at 2 and 3 inches. That's this way, 2 and 3 inches, and 8 and 9 inches, and then it's scored 1 inch in down each side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold the two sides, and that's what we'll do first. And there's a reason for that, because when we cut up the score lines here to that line, it's nice to be able to see where it is. So we're just going to cut up that score line on both sides. It really is a wonderfully quick and easy but effective little treat box. And like I say, I do like to give, like, you know, my little special neighbours and such a little extra treat for Halloween, but not necessarily in quite that many quantities of designer series paper. So now we can go ahead and score the other lines on the 2 and the 3 and the 8 and the 9. And actually, because I just folded those, I'm just going to give them a good crease so that the box will be more likely to stay open. Okay, and now what we need to do is fold in these two little flaps and put adhesive on them. I'm just going to use my rolling adhesive, but you can use the glue. It's going to be pretty much of a glue fest very shortly. And then we're going to put them inside the pieces. So the little flap goes on the inside and creates the box. And then the small one goes down and the big one goes over the top, and basically that is your box with lots of room for lovely yummy treats. Now can you see here there's a little bit of extra overhang? I mean, I'll do this one just to show you how, but because of how it's cut where it's been scored, sometimes that happens, and you can always go back and neaten it up. So now we're going to have ourselves a lovely gluing fest. So these were the pieces that I cut. Luckily, you get 3 of the spider webs. You only get 1 each of the sentiments, but there's the tricky spider. And then I saw this and I thought, oh, that's very similar to this one, but it is actually a bit of a larger size, which I guess you could use when you're making your cards. So we're just going to pop little bits of glue And of course I'm doing it on the silicone mat so we don't get it everywhere. Whoops. including myself. So I'm going to put the eek on the sides of these ones. I put eek on the ends of the other one, so I'm really just turning everything around. But it's just to show you a different look, because there's not a set standard. Just have to make sure the box is the right way up, of course, because mind you could put eek. Oh, eek, I put it upside down. All right, now two boos. Boo. So I can't believe I'm actually making Halloween treats. I don't know about you guys, but we get our Halloween candy from Costco, and it's been in there a while. Personally, I'm okay with having bags of candy in my house until it's open. And once the bag gets opened, it's like floodgates. So the rule is, to myself, my own personal rule, is I can buy as much candy as I want, but I can't open the bag until the day of. So it's in my house. I don't have to worry that, you know, they might run out or I might not get any of that good stuff. But there is no way I can open the bag, otherwise there will be none left for Halloween. It will all be in my tummy. So we'll pop one of these little webs on here. And one on here. I did say it was more of a sort of a show and tell rather than a real technique, but it's such a nice idea to share. I thought I would like to, and then it still gives you guys time to order the set. So as always, of course, there will be directions and dimensions on my blog. So let me go ahead and stick Mr. Spider on his dot, just with a little bit of glue. That's rather a lot for a little bit. But anyway, we'll pop him on there, put the silicone mat out of the way, and then I will bring in a dimensional and just need to work out where the edge is. And pop the dimensional on the box, peel off the backing paper and stick it on just enough that it will hold it closed, but you can still get in and out of it. So that's how it works. It just goes in and out, sticks back down, and that little web, I didn't give it a fair chance to dry. Once it's dry, of course, you can flex it as much as you want. So there you have it, a cutest little box. Here's the original that we got from Creativity Now. So there's orange with purple and purple with orange. It uses the wonderful, you know, spooky Halloween elements. So I think that's rather cute. If you like what you've seen, please consider subscribing. Like I say, there will be directions and dimensions on my blog. Thank you, by the way, to everybody who has bought the PDFs for That's My New Venture. Every so often I do a PDF and there's a kit that goes with it. So I started that last month and it went out live and I was like, oh, somebody's bought a PDF. I was so excited because, you know, you like to have your efforts rewarded, don't you? But anyway, that's this week's Technique Tuesday, and in the meantime, thanks for watching.